Before I start the video, there's quite a few introductory things to notice. First of all, don't just click on an episode that's the most popular, okay? All of these episodes is me yapping. Rather, love streaming, not live streaming. And this is supposed to be the last episode. Um, that's how it's planned out. Especially since I'm busy tomorrow. And I've talked about most of the things I wanted to talk about, and no additional dreams occurred. Because this was all inspired by a dream where Ari, single by the way, shows up in my dream and says, "Oh, we should be boyfriend and girlfriend. Do you agree?" And with titsy bitsy of hesitation, I'm like, I can't say no to a Powerpuff, okay? Those are my principles. She's one of 4 people I can't say no to. Find a video that you like, don't just click on the most popular one. Because what are you gonna, like, spend 1 hour dwelling on things you don't like and then gonna type in a nasty comment under the most, like, heartbreaking conditions, by the way? I am under impression that I'm supposed to look away when Ari's going through a tough time because I still have to treat her as a celebrity. Even if it's sad, it's still parasocial, so I don't have to actually really care. Until she's attractive again. Until she fixes her disorder, or whatever it takes to be attractive again. What you can do instead of hating, a more appropriate thing is, do you have a blessing? I believe that I do deserve to date Ari. How about that? I come from poverty, and she's going into poverty. The best way for her to bounce back is no longer date rich kids anymore. She is in poverty. If she's starving herself, if she has bad habits that look like it's impoverishing her in the most visible manner, I think she should be dating a poor person now. Where you get one? When you start looking for a poor person, that's the hardest thing. You can always find a converging attention towards a rich, famous person. But to find a poor person, I'm trying to raise my hand and talk about her issues, basically. As I'm doing it, as I'm yapping, hopefully people will notice, and I can help somehow. Even if I don't actually fulfill the task, any blessing helps in significant ways otherwise, regardless of the outcome, right? We're supposed to help each other. Most people who worship celebrities are poor anyways. But the real question is who can actually stand up for themselves and say, I can catch her. I can take care of her. Who can actually do it? Who can take that responsibility? Because women yapping, women spreading gossip around is not going to be productive in long term. You know, it's going to feel like noise because been there, done that. People have been gossiping about celebrities for years and years. It's not going to be different if you continue gossiping and talking about it. It's not going to change the fucking problem. But you can spice things up and be like, how about we decide your next boyfriend? How about that? I'm just trying to help, and I have plenty of affection in more like spiritual ways because I have dreams about Ari. I don't just fucking make up my own reality or anything. Or have affection to her celebrity work. So I think she's quite average when it comes to like the work she has done. It's just, you know, very popular person. And one of the most stunning things that she was able to do in my life is just she found the right key. She found the right tune for me to focus on celebrity world in the first place. I was Gurunext for like entire presence on the internet. That was my nickname, and I just kept it. And when someone says next and makes it like the most popular song, peaking their career, I couldn't look away for once, and all of a sudden, I surrounded myself with celebrity stuff. Started consuming that religiously, basically. To the point where, all of a sudden, now that I have a lot of free time, I'm not doomed to be bored. There's plenty of stuff you can do. I just call it rocket shipping. Especially if you're lonely. Especially if everyone leaves you behind. There's still charity, okay? There's still free stuff from the internet. Then you can look up and still feel some kind of connection with great things the world has to offer. So I had to use, secret sauce to stay sane. And Ari, again, was the first. The key to my perspective of a whole new world. And technically, she's also the first person that I have to say, I love you. While at the same time declaring that I also grew a little bit. You know? While Ari kind of stayed stagnant, if not worse, is demoting herself, is getting cancelled soon, if we're being honest. Right? Because women are trying to be like itsy bitsy, straightforward about her eating habits, but if they actually 100% straightforward, it's a terrible celebrity with terrible influence, and she ought to be cancelled. Yes, hard feelings. Even I, as a big fan, I'm gonna say I'm not gonna be hurt by that. It's better that it happens than if it doesn't happen. That influence has to be removed. Whether you want to remove her with crutches. How does the instrument called, by the way? Because that's not what I mean, you know? Fucking stretcher, apparently. I want the crutches. Even if English was my first language, I would still not know. Because no one can afford any of this. This is more like a part of a horror story to see stuff like this. To see ambulance of like, man, this guy's wealthy life is over. But yeah, she can be taken away. Taken aback. Take a back seat from trying to be the best. And again, the eating disorder to me, and not only it resembles Michael Jackson on steroids before he passed away, but it resembles something that whispered the only solution available is not the discourse, not people yapping, but someone has to infiltrate her life and tell her to do otherwise. Only a close family member or a boyfriend can do it. Alright? Only love can do it. Only love can be trusted by people like this who made up their own minds about reality. But a real man is going to be able to still talk her out of this. That is my understanding of something that is not being tried. Little boy. Little boy. I had a friend like that. It immediately stunned of like, yeah, I had a friend like this. He was actually one of the better ones, by the way. I recognize like personalities based on faces already. I have this fucking personality vision, so I immediately recognize of shit. That's one of my friends, bro. We played games together. But to say that that's a quality person, nah, guys. Nuh-uh. I think Ari is still doomed to look around. Anyways, I have lined up a lot of videos. Most notably, Scandalous Media posted again. It's my favorite channel. I think I found it when it was like 20,000 subscribers, maybe even less. Imagine that. It talks about Powerpuffs all together. Taylor, Selena, Ari. Look at that. Perfect channel for me. I found my perfect gossip channel, guys. a perfect gossips channel, which I do have to say out loud. If you want to gossip about other people, start gossiping about yourselves first. Alright? If you want me to actually care about your stupid gossip channel, talk about your life. Expose yourself first. Because you need to actually boost your own integrity, your own self-awareness. You have to improve your own motherfucking lives. Otherwise, you're gonna end up like Technoblade, who pretends to be the most skilled person, and then all of a sudden, oh, oops, I was actually unhealthy, I have cancer, oops, I just died. Right? All of a sudden, it tumbles down into hell and drags everyone into a death cult. Right? You don't want to end up ruining everything in the end of the day and being more of a problem than a solution with your stupid gossip. Okay? I know there's a lot of women who are into this. Also, they might question what the fuck is this, but it's influence, okay? Ari has one of the big numbers. The big four. Only 3 women have that much influence. Something that is worth talking about, right? For the first time, it's worth talking about. I was talking about influence and bathing in influence all day long for hundreds of days. You finally started talking about influence now that she has a negative effect on people, right? Now that she has a social disorder of displaying how she doesn't eat properly. That's horrible, but you should start snapping into place that influence matters, and you might want to focus on discovering healthy influence for the platform and propagating that, not just drama videos, not just gut-wrenching content for clicks. You have to be more vigilant than that. You have to yourself be more healthy of how you approach this situation. Besides, I am also pretty hungry. Yes, I don't actually get a lot of views around here. A lot of attention. I know women are keeping it to themselves until their last breath. You know, until they make too many mistakes and all of a sudden patriarchy is there to swoop them from their self-destruction. Which is, again, something I expect Ari to need, but in a different context. Of like, I don't think most celebrities understand what it's like to be poor until they hit the floor. Right? And they don't know how to save each other from poverty. It just happens when it happens. And it should happen. Like, love is one of those forces that mess you up in one particular aspect. Whichever one you like, but it will drag you down. It will mess your mind up of like, but I can't do that one. After investigating for like 7 other videos, I come to a conclusion of what the disorder actually is after seeing the most shocking image. This is not okay. Something unsettling about this picture? Yes. Cucumber is not a real food. It's water food. Make that distinction, guys. That's one way out of the... that's one way out from such disorders. Water food ain't real food, guys. That's why they can, like, put a lot of water food on the table and pretend of, like, oh, it's just 100 calories. And on the other side, they can just put some peanuts in there. Because nuts in general are in, like, 10 percentile, while cucumber is barely... is not even 10% of itself, of fibers. Cucumber is 96% water. What does that mean? Only 1/20th of a cucumber is actually food. The rest is water. 1/20th. You take a cucumber, you cut 1/20th. Try it. Try it. You have to cut it in half 4 times. and take the smaller cucumber when you cut it unevenly by accident. Yeah. Take the smaller portion. That's what you get as the real portion of a cucumber. This is not real food. This is the fakest food, the most performative bullshit you can find on the internet of someone eating food. It's the most fakest thing. Someone can die from this performance, so to speak. Please don't let Ariana die. Okay? I do love her in the most spiritual way imaginable, so I'll be pretty pissed if you don't decode the correct solution for this. And again, I can do the human sacrifice of, sure, I'll be her boyfriend, no big deal. We kind of agreed to it anyways. So, there you go. But I'm being a boyfriend by saying, well, yapping, basically. Alright? You do the rest of the work. I yapping as an icebreaker. You yapping as progress to spread the message and spread the correct version of the message and not some fucking bullshit derogatory in which way, right? Or gatekeep, continue gatekeeping until something bad happens, right? I already signed a fucking contract with the rest of the world. I will wait for people to die from cancer just to say, haha, I told you so. Told you so, you should have paid attention to Technoplate's unhealthy lifestyle. I already accepted that fate. Let's please not accept fate that there should be more deaths from other disorders, basically, okay? Let's not add more to the list. Because, we would just be doomed, guys. And the more likely scenario is not that she dies, but she turns into a satanic creature, which is not better or worse. It's the same thing. It's death either way. Satanic, she will eat something, you know, she will eat something. You will not like what she's eating, you know, but she'll start eating something, and she'll like it very much, very likely. So that's all I can say if she becomes satanic. There's a lot of stuff at stake here. That is if we, like, uphold her A-listed celebrity status. She can just go up. Surprise us all. With her evil transformation. Well, not evil. She just, like, would reject the world as a whole. We should, like, hold her down. Gravitate her back to reality and back to her senses. It's the only way out. And just slap that performative shit out of her, you know, diet. Alright, now that stage is set, this is the final love streaming video. It was what it was. Alright, I know it's not fun anymore. It's not fun to be in reality that we have. It's not that fun. I'm not happy at where things are going. But I'll survive. I'll be fine. I can even survive death of my rocket ship. But what I can't survive is humans being disgusting creatures to each other. I can't survive that. That's too much for me. That's too much pain. I'm already on the edge of my seat when it comes to pain. I think it's a weird flex, but it's a very fascinating flex, is that, you know, I'm rocket shipping not just one person, but like the entire celebrity world, so I'm technically half-brain integrated. Not through gossip, but through just evaluating the talent that they have. Okay, not through being a critic necessarily, because there's a spiritual aspect to it as well. I criticize rather as I search for more talent. But what we have here is a little bit more complicated, it feels like. Alright, let's begin.
That he blew up his entire life and destroyed his wife in the public eye, first knew, and the person...
Yeah, to me, Dalton Gomez is very much like a COVID partner it's nice to have a relationship with, especially if it's forced. Because they're thinker personalities. Thinker personalities are safe to be around in close contact. Everyone else, not so much.
He once knew.
Right now, who is then? The Ethan personality is Water. Is almost like her counterpart. Like they're almost like a power couple, but at the same time, why she drained during a power couple relationship? Because again, they kind of give a fuck you to the rest of the world at the same time. It's very sociopathic behavior. And this fuck you could actually go so deep, as you can tell. This whole eating disorder could just be a fuck you to the world. She knows what she's doing, and she doesn't give a fuck. What's your yapping, basically? We don't know. We don't know. We have to speculate every single scenario because that's the level of fuck you we already receiving. Guys, this is a power couple move, is what we have to assume. Like, she's so confident not being attractive, not being healthy, being fragile, right? Anything can happen. A gust of wind just picks her up, slams into a wall, game over screen. That's it. She's still confident. Like, I don't care about that. I referenced this image over and over again. Ari, as a A-list listed celebrities over there, above everyone else. But she has no place to go besides Satanism. Alright? Something that we don't want to push her into by just giving her free access to influence. And while she feeds us dark imagery and we just soak in her conversation about evil. Let her spread their evil. Like, no. And yeah, the tolerance for us to accept evil is, like, tremendous right now. So she could definitely use that against us. And she probably even bumped into Satanism after saying of like, well, I had such an unhealthy lifestyle when I was peaking. Yeah, peaking beyond being an A-listed celebrity, she was already, like, good enough. She didn't have to, like, pique everyone's interest. But one time's the charm. So, that's great. But it looks like she could get cancelled. And she can't possibly get cancelled too much. That's impossible. That's why cancellation is the best solution. If, however, she gets cancelled, she becomes level 4. B-listed, for doing bad things. B for bad, guys. But then I am actually able to level with her. Imagine that. I have accumulated pain and I recently, let's say 6 months period, currently reside in godlike state. And when I dream about Ariana, for just multitude of times, but every dream, like, actually matters to me. It actually speaks volumes. And right now, the boyfriend dream, damn, that fucking caught me off guard. So I'm like, shit, I have to talk about this now. It literally steered my life in a whole different direction, and I find myself here making this video series, right? And the final episode. I can catch her. If you cancel her, I am also catching her. So at the same time, she's not doomed to be in a different crowd of people being mocked for falling out of grace. She's gonna be in safe hands if we play by my script. Okay? Level 4, epic match. Alright, she will find a perfect boyfriend that's her level, and the end. Potentially, Ethan might have, like, evil qualities to actually drag Ari down to his own level as well. But at the same time, since they broke up, Ari said, fuck you to that guy anyways. So that's cool, right? But that still creates this emergency situation where Ari still accepted to go down to B-list herself. Just, that's the vibe I'm getting. So instead of, like, attempting to date some fucking C-listed garbage, I am just attempting to propose this to the public that may or may not just want to ignore this whole thing altogether. And, well, I tried. Anyways,
Hey everyone, welcome back to
reaction mode
Scandalous Media.
activates.
It's Angela here, and Ariana Grande is keeping us fed. No, that's not a pun about the obvious concern.
This is a pretty deep cut, bro. Holy shit. We are fed. Oh, wow. What a fucking predator.
Fans have noticed.
Just because I like the Scandalous Media channel doesn't mean that I like where things are going, you know? Keeping us fed. What a fucking disgusting... It's not a pun. It's predator mentality, you prick.
While watching her on tour,
Holy
I'm talking
shit.
about the amount of her and started the new...
Again, I had friend like that, and that friend had a brother, and they all kind of acted like giving fuck you to the world. They all, like, privatized their social media. This guy even claimed that his social media got hacked. So I just lost contact with that guy. It's so fucking frustrating, but, you know, magic happens, and all of a sudden I have no friends. No communication. Magic, bro. Fucking weirdos. I have a lot of weirdos NPCs, right? I don't have real connections to influential human beings. But they're on the internet. Why would I not have connections? Well, you know, connections breed other connections. You have to solve this relationship thing like a puzzle in order to have one. Like, proximity matters. Proximity to other people matters. Friend of a friend of a friend of a friend. But sometimes the opposite of dark magic happens, and maybe I can actually find a friend through the internet. I mean, you can snatch me. You can snatch me away from Ari and date me. Bites make her math, though. I'm just saying. Rocket shipping is a serious business with seriously potential consequences. It's so funny to me. Seriously potential.
The more this resembles what many people describe as a narcissistic collapse, the moments when a carefully maintained self-image begins to crack under pressure.
No, let's keep it as a fuck you to the people, okay? I mean, another uncanny thing is, like, if Ethan resembles the brother figure of my friend, then Ari actually resembles the friend figure who has the brother, which is, now it's creepy to me to look at it that way. Sometimes I want to not have personality vision, but it is what it is. I'm telling you, it's a power couple.
History and break up with Ethan and explore.
If you're a real Ariana's fan, you would ask, thank you next, but who's next? Who's next, though? That should be your reflex.
What happens when the identity someone has criticism has been anything but humble either. And yes, and she famously saying, why do you care so much whose I ride? Yes, we care if that is married and you were just married as well. But Ariana has always showed his doom to repeat.
Yes, NPCs do care about marriage. You can't just flex your celebrity status and not get outrage. I can just marry and break up and marry and whatever. None of this matters, guys. Every tattoo on your body matters, not just marriage. So not only I'm fully discovering that rocket shipping should be done only when you're completely lonely. But why? There's a big why. If people leave you completely alone, poor people, mind you, if poor people leave you completely alone, that means you're rich. You're on just completely different league. You have to assume the best thing. That is the way of life. People think that you don't need help, right? That you have a very powerful resource that you can use to mitigate and survive any problem. Otherwise, they would feel some kind of empathy anyways. They tried. They tried. My classmates tried. A lot of people tried. But they felt nothing. It felt like I got this, rather. Whether I was being pretentious, I was being honest at the same time, so... If that's their evaluation that they cannot actually empathize with me, I must be rich, somehow. I must have spent quite a lot of time being rich. Crazy. Just didn't quite notice. And now there's no going back. This is the new norm. There's more of rich me than the poor me when it comes to time spent. Even my mom is technically a rich person in a different style. Because she's also disconnected alongside with me. So that's cool. And every single time someone will try to connect me to me, I'll have to test if they're rich or not. One way or the other. Apparently there are fascinating exceptions. Just like the yin-yang symbol. It has the funny thing of, well, good and evil, but also there's some exceptions. There's a twist to this whole good and evil thing. If you position yourself correctly within the grasp of poverty, you can be rich. If you position yourself within the grasp of richness correctly, you're going to become poor. You know, the Ozempic craze, something that Ari's actually, flirting with deeply. It's almost like we're standing on each other's exceptions. One is actual rich person that you should be paying attention to, and one is actual poor person that you should look away from. We're both upholding the exceptions to the rule somehow. But with Ari, like, I figured out my thing using rocket shipping. What is Ari's thing? I don't get it. You know, I didn't spend enough time to dwell on it. Like, what does she do to end up like this? Because normally it's like, yeah, it's obvious. She's just displaying poverty, that's it. You would think, but I don't like how simple the explanation is.
Everything simply because
Why would she want to be poor? Is the real question.
she's bored, because that's how powerful. In the updated
Or is the yin yang displaying something even more powerful where these little dots combine or make for a wonderful relationship where, like, you're as a celebrity, you're still able to turn off your lights, while as a poor person, you're still capable of turning on your lights. You show that capacity to understand. And that shit's deep. That shit is definitely something. I have to take rocket shipping for what it is, and it's relationship training. I trained myself for that sort of relationship to begin with. And it's just like, it's natural that I raise my hand of like, yeah, I should be the next boyfriend, actually. I was told a long time ago that this is my path, my destiny in the first place, so now we're just going for it. To me, this is completely natural and incredibly uncanny, because I never seen this happen in actuality. There's nothing to base this upon. Just like as if it's a new invention. The newest iPhone with the craziest features. Alright? It's like we invented AI. Just that one more time, and no one can understand it. But you might be able to buy into it anyways, right? Because it should sound promising. We both solve each other's problems. Maybe even find a dimension between poor and rich, because that dimension does not contain struggle or delusion. Sounds pretty good to me.
literally every single
I don't know. I want to dwell just 1 second, guys. I want to congratulate myself that this video is pretty fucking badass. Thank you very much, me. for sponsoring this way.
going through. I don't think that Ariana is some evil narcissist, but she does display class.
She's a sociopath. Okay, if we're name dropping like this, she's a sociopath. You should know better. You should have studied this thing. You know? You should have asked me to tell you about it. You should ask me every single time you have a question about personalities, so I can fucking educate you for a bit. I don't want to, like, educate in a dominant way, because usually teachers want to learn while they're teaching. It's a more interactive way of achieving knowledge mutually and non-direct, like, confrontational way. But, like, for fuck's sake, it's like, she's not totally narcissistic. Yeah, she's narcissistic sociopath. Crazy, I know. There's a nicer way to say it, by the way. Water introverts. How about that? Sounds a little nicer, right?
Classic narcissist disorder has a more persistent.
Oh my god, another stupid Nerd City has spawned to attack Sniper Wolf for being narcissistic. At least Ari is actually narcissistic a little bit, mildly. But to over-focus on that? Oh my god. People have actually no fucking clue. Sociopathy is actually way worse than narcissism. Right now, they're like more powerful than narcissists. And if you don't actually point out the bad things that they do, well, congratulations, you fell for it. And the scary thing is, what sociopathy is, and it's so scary to me, it like strikes me like lightning. Right now, you're watching this video. This woman is fucking spreading vomit propaganda, and someone's eating it anyways because it's popular. Right? They don't question it anymore. It's popular. She has views. She knows what she's talking about. She spammed a bunch of videos. She is pretty high quality, so it must be good for me. Sociopaths do that shit. They dress themselves up just well enough to convince enough people to watch the video, even though in the end of the day, they're garbage. They're garbage manipulators. They have nothing real to offer. They just used every single social cue to try and demote you and promote themselves. That's it. How does this apply to Ari? No, this applies to fucking Americans as a whole. They're disgusting to me in a lot of situations. It applies to social media as a whole, who has been taken over by Americans. We're just hostages of sociopathy right now, which is gonna fucking finally start crumbling down in the face of AI. Because AI can actually empower people to look good, to appear good, high quality, just high quality enough for people to start paying attention to other types of folk, basically. Not just sociopaths who read from a script. You know, who put just enough effort to be passable by the most amount of people. That's what it is, guys. There's way more dangerous shit going on than narcissism, guys. There's narcissism hunting is sociopathic behavior in the first place, half of the time. Alright? They're just hunting down narcissists to fucking feed off their energy. Which is exactly what every single drama channel is. It's bloated sociopathy.
All the way back to 2009.
Narcissism. You just keep repeating and repeating and repeating and just can't fucking stop. They can't. They're addicted to that shit. That's all they see. Well, she has a little bit of narcissism, so I can feed off of her narcissism, right? Oh, boy. She probably actually destroyed her narcissistic self. Buried that. Just so you don't find Ari attractive anymore. Just so you leave her alone to some extent. In some significant fashion. Because a narcissist wouldn't actually want to be unhealthy. That's it. Of like, well, you like narcissism so fucking much. You beg for me every fucking day to give you that narcissism. And here you go. My narcissism collapsed. How about that? Her narcissism left her body and is the greatest fuck you of like, okay, I have to give it up now. You disarmed my narcissism. Uh-oh. That. She's probably mad. She's probably really mad right now. Holy crap. This is almost like proof that America fucking sucks. Oh my god. Maybe we have dug out even a much deeper explanation of what's going on in actuality. Narcissism is killing me, while sociopathy is fucking drowning her mild narcissism that she can actually sacrifice. Of like, everyone is jumping up and down of, what is this identity? What is this identity? Wait, Ari, why don't you have an identity, Ari? What is wrong with you? I need identity, I need new era, said all these hungry sociopaths. And they can't see it. They can't find an identity anymore. Fucking losers.
And Ariana didn't have a messy divorce. If anything, Dalton moved on pretty fast from Ariana and seemed to be completely unaffected, as if he was married to some rando and not the Ariana Grande. He hasn't spoken about her once in the press, never.
No, if you don't speak about, like, even kissing someone, you're a piece of shit. You don't actually value relationships, which is the most important identity that you have. Get that shit out of here, bro. I don't want to see no... Well, I do want to see Gomez, though. I do want to see Gomez. I don't know what to do. I guess it's stalemate for now.
Heartbroken over her, and
Gomez to the rescue. Let's go.
When you finally did,
the real Gomez. There's fake ones out there. There's fucking fake ones. We don't need that. They don't even talk about Ariana. God damn, dude.
By the fact that she might have met her
Glow up
someone who may not have cared that much to begin with, and someone who thrived after her. Here is Dalton with Ariana, and here is Dalton now on vacation in Brazil.
Whoa! Look at Dalton right now.
The glow up is obvious. And
where's his girlfriend?
These photos are actually some of their last.
The glow up is obvious. The COVID Gomez and post-COVID Gomez. Crazy, guys. Imagine marrying someone and not even talking about it. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Men are supposed to be yappers. He's supposed to be actually honest. And he's not. If we're getting absolutely fucking nothing out of him. What kind of glow up are you talking about? But that's the problem. Like, every person has to be evaluated by their own terms. By their own abilities.
Fans from her haters, or simply a
I think that her display of excessive fragility is a weaponized tactic to not only elicit sympathy from the public.
Weaponized tactic! So when you're skinny, you're a weaponized tactician? But when you buy a tank, that's not a weapon, that's just a toy. Don't worry about that. You can make YouTube videos about it. Weaponized, bro, what the fuck is that shit? Like, don't be that delusional. It's a weaponized tactic against the public. Oh my god. Women can be so delusional so fast. Like, at least ground yourself in some fucking reality for once. And call weapons weapons. And weaknesses weaknesses. Right? Don't just fucking perceive something that doesn't exist. Or perceive the opposite. You know, when a person dies, they also become, like, weaponized tacticians. You know, they create these death cults. Fucking, I hate people dying. They becomes the worst selves. That's what she's referring to, technically.
Only elicit sympathy from the public in order to take back control of her narrative of her being.
No, what are you talking about? That's a poverty behavior. To be fragile. It's unusual poverty behavior. Oh, she needs sympathy. Oh, yeah. I can hear how fucking derogatory this whole thing is being coded in a mean-spirited way. Or just sassy, right? It's like, oh, you want sympathy? Fucking weirdo. You trying to be the victim? Yeah, right. Like, you don't know that much about her life. How deep can you dig to be able to actually make solid conclusions? It's fucking crazy. She was pretty and she's not pretty. And then women start yapping, bro, uncontrollably, like, la, 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 la. She had a boyfriend, she has no boyfriend. La 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 la. I see so many things right now. Oh my goodness, this and that. It's just they start fucking piecing together tiniest of puzzle pieces of like, whoa. So much effort for fucking zero results. Zero.
But
celestial.
Also,
Fucking
it is an attempt to elicit sympathy from her previous supply, who has likely removed access.
supply. What the fuck, bro? What's your language?
Yes.
Supply.
Appears that Dalton has
virtually given her
Oh, so this whole thing is just like trying to get back with Dalton. Get sympathy from Dalton. What the fuck is going on, man, in these people's heads? They can just piece together just out of nothing, out of thin air.
on social media. He's not a public figure like her. He's not a public figure like her. He's a luxury
He is a public figure.
real estate agent. And some
He's a public figure, okay? He has a business. Or just a very wealthy job position, so... Still in the rich category, first of all.
D on it.
Cursive D. It's more like death, rather, than Dalton.
Ariana also, she's a narcissist.
I can't wait for the middle finger to drop, for her album to be just nothing. Nothing what fans expected. She's gonna say nothing about her relationships anymore. Just fuck it, like, fuck relationships, okay? Fuck talking about relationships. Fuck singing about something. She might actually connect with the greater self or whatever. I can't wait. I really hope that happens. I'm not placing bets. I just, deeply desire something like this.
They live off the idea.
To where, like, if she stops feeding the people all this fucking drama, all these, like, nuggets about her relationship, like, maybe finally people gonna be without their supply. Rightfully so, right? Sometimes you put yourself in this compromising spot where you're hurting yourself in order to allow yourself to hurt others. Because that's my content. I hurt myself. And I hurt you if you like that sort of content. I don't know. You want to be more like me? Let me hurt you.
To make herself look like the victim, while also trying to make it seem like Dalton can't forget her. Another said she wants to get the last word and win the breakup, so she'll keep milking it and
Alright. I'll make sure of that.
trying to make him seem like the toxic one. She's because he's a nobody compared to her, and she thought he would just bear with her. Now he
Nobody
seems to be doing
compared to
perfectly fine.
her. What are you talking about? Nobody compared to her. The way you earn money is the most important part. With your relationship to the world itself. Like, we should know that by now. Oh, nobody, but when you become a billionaire, then you're somebody. Oh, oops. Fucking hell, dude.
For cheating on your spouse.
See, I will get offended because I'm the nobody. I am so nobody right now.
Seems to be why she always has her next man ready
Wait,
before she's
okay.
gone. But this time, Ariana doesn't seem to be thriving.
Is she ready?
She doesn't look healthy, and quite frankly, she doesn't look happy. So here enters Ricky Alvarez, who Ariana
Uh-oh.
now says has always had her back before all that trauma happened.
Okay, so she does have a boyfriend ready. Past boyfriend.
In a dissociative state now, and I really
Crazy.
tendency to build up obsessive.
If you go back to your ex, you're probably just seeking friendship at that point. You're not seeking a real relationship. I don't think you can go back to your ex that easily. I mean, I tried. But it's also, I literally posted a video saying you should keep in touch with your exes, so whatever Ari's doing still makes her single. Funny enough. You just don't do it. You just can't be with your exes romantically. You can't match with them. It's not that simple. Like, it's so unlikely. It's possible, but it's so unlikely.
When something is scandalous and juicy, everyone wants to talk about it. And what is more scandalous than how the cheating scandal went
LARPing as Michael Jackson is more scandalous.
about? Ariana is mad that all got exposed. Because
Okay. Got me. And as always, oh my god. What do you have, Sloan? I need some Boy
her
energy
new
here.
album Petals this summer, and I was wondering what this album is going to be about, because her last album, Eternal Sunshine, was heavily about her divorce, the gaslighting that she went through from Dalton Gomez, and her new relationship with Ethan Slater. So I thought naturally that this new album, Petals, would be kind of like a lovey-dovey album about her relationship with Ethan Slater.
Or nothing,
But Ariana
no
Grande revealed
relationships.
that this album is something that is full of life and growing through the cracks of something cold and hard and challenging. I'm assuming that she's referring to the scandals of her and Ethan's relationship, them both being married, and then him having a baby and them starting something new. Sounds like that was cold and hard and challenging for Ariana Grande. But this new album did surprise me. She's been teasing it, but I do wonder if she's wrapped in some kind of like record label deal. Usually you have to produce like 5 or 10 albums. I wonder how many albums she actually owes her record label, because I thought she was getting into acting. Remember, she is going to appear in Faulkner-in-Law, the comedy that will be out in November this year, but it seems like she is tired of waiting. I feel like Ariana realized that she can't leave music behind after she didn't score the Audrey Hepburn biopic, which I feel like she should have got that. This reminds me of this old clip where she spoke about her acting career in Victorious and how she really just used it to get into music.
Yeah, I don't like acting at all. I like singing. The only reason I actually auditioned for Victorious was to build a platform and a fan base so that I could do music one day. But then after the first year of doing Victorious and realizing how far away that was, I actually fell in love with the character that I was playing. Like, music makes me like so happy, and I love it, and it comes effortlessly to me. I understand music more than I understand the English language.
Anyways, what do you guys think this album Petals is going to be about? I feel like I thought it was going to be a happy album, but it almost sounds a little bit sad.
Nothing,
Let me know what you think.
no relationships. Okay, she doesn't have, he doesn't have enough information. So that's good. There's still hope. Again, there's probably going to be a lot of who are you comment. And it's like, well, I have uploaded 2,000 videos, so you can figure it out. Okay? You do the homework. Don't expect the world to just feed you free celebrities when you're just fucking clinging onto them, onto the pre-existing ones. There is no new people at some point. You're clinging and you're lolcowing every single celebrity that you can. Whoever is popular enough. The sociopathy has to face this on their own terms. I'm probably just banning all these people. I'm not gonna fucking stand this shit. Alright? Who are you? Is a derogatory fucking way of interacting with me. 100%. I probably would have banned these people since day one that I started breathing. This is my expectation of what people want to react with. What they want to react with, but it's not productive in any fucking way. I'm trying to tell you who I am the whole way through. Every step of the way, a person is trying to tell you who they are. You don't have to get a fucking shortcut to that. Rather, if you can figure out who I am, make a video about it and answer that question to someone else. Because I can't actually tell you who I am. It's best that someone else compiles information about me and presents me, alright? Preferably talking to me about it, you know? Interviewing me in real time while they make that video of who I am. But that's the sacrifice you have to make. You have to talk about unpopular people sometimes to bring them into spotlight. You know, you have to buy those lottery tickets. Do you want to be rich and famous? No? Then don't do it. Don't worry about it. Alright? Because what matters the most is what effort you are putting in. The fact that you're reacting to celebrities moving around, you know, it's not impressive. It's not special at all. Anyone can do that. Anyone can backseat themselves and react to things. Like, okay, be the react king, basically. Poverty goblin. The moment your narrative can only be shaped by the rich and famous is the moment you lost the plot entirely. Because you said that the poor people don't participate in whatever the fuck you're reacting. Unless they do the same thing as you do, which is reacting, you know, also gobble the same shit. Then, oh yeah, you can speak because you know insights about the celebrity life. They gatekeep celebrities to the point where that's the only thing that exists, and any outsider is a fucking asshole. Right? Why are you coming here? There's a wall of women acting like bouncers, basically, trying to keep celebrity world intact. And maybe it's sometimes a good thing to challenge that. How about that? If you want to actually shift the narrative, you have to let some poor people through your impenetrable fucking wall. That's the only way you can change history, you know? That's your ultimate pocket watch for the wicked wonderland. I figure out what it is. Maybe I should take that picture, but it's fucking big. Oh, this is a smaller one. The pocket watch, the superpower that women have, if they really think about it. Being the gatekeepers and just like brainwashing themselves with celebrity lives, but don't actually get to live a celebrity life at all. Don't get to contribute to celebrity life, just continue to watch it. As if that's the only thing that exists, and everything else can die. Well, I'm sorry, ladies. Enough is enough. Time to change history for once. You wicked fools.
Blockbuster around them seems to be.
Alright, let's generate some final words. I have still like 1 hour of material to go through, so.
Too big to ignore.
They discovered poverty. That's so wicked. That's so wicked, guys.
These two unquote Ozempic era. But despite the fact that these two are celebrities,
what? Are you sure about that fact, though? What if they're not celebrities anymore? What are you gonna do, bitches? What are you gonna exile them out of celebrity worlds? You gotta do something. Okay? Now I see for what it is.
That weight and health
guys,
are a without coming off like
how do we discuss this?
Sensitive asshole. Or should we?
But because they're celebrities, we can't you know, pull them down. We can't cancel them. They're still gonna be celebrities up there. We can't. I would sound like a asshole. Like that's all of these people are celebrities. I'm not supposed to say anything bad. Womp
we didn't
womp.
talk about it at all.
So it's just saying, nope, they're lying. We don't believe you.
Yeah, it's a trust issue. That's it.
Idea. The way we talk about celebrities.
Oh, he died from cancer. Put him on my list.
A few years ago, actor Chadwick Boseman passed away.
Wakanda forever. Let's go.
Cancer. He was known for his role as T'Challa in Black Panther, and prior to his
Let's find out what unhealthy behavior he had.
Death.
I don't want this to be flagged for harassment, please.
A lot of fans had taken notice of his course.
I'm just excited though about cancer a little bit too much,
guys. It is a consciousness of him, how they treated him when he was alive, reinforcing the idea.
When people are alive, you might want to treat them better.
We know somebody struggle behind the scenes, even if they are.
Just in case.
Out of Ariana Grande and Cynthia.
Okay.
I do still want to point out, I think I saw Ari be healthy in my dreams. Which is, you know, the normal. If you can use AI or the dream world, yeah, you're gonna find a healthy version of a person, very likely. Not the unhealthy and unattractive one. But she also looked incredibly just tame, normal. Recognizable, but just normal. To where it's no longer shocking that she's around. Until that moment, when she says something important to me. Of like, well, if we're comfortable being with each other, that sort of vibe, right? Like, might as well take it to the next level now. That's the coolest fucking thing, dude.
Okay, so these wow.
Oh, come on, don't attack conspiracy people on TikTok. They are just trying to be interesting. You can treat them as food for your YouTube videos, but don't treat them in a negative way. I will not stand TikTokers being treated like shit in any capacity. They can be as unhinged as they want to be. I don't care. As long as they promoting some interesting ideas or valuable ideas.
That's uncomfy. So you have
to make those trade-offs on social media. You have to have a little bit of shock value or something. Whatever helps promote proper
Retreat to your
message.
made-up fantasy. Stop making disingenuous conspiracy content slop. Get good or shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up yourself, okay? No bullying. No bullying TikTokers.
Thinking, but to at least let them know that the door is open to a non-judgmental conversation.
Oh, the door is open to a not judgmental conversation. Where? That shit does not exist. You're talking about unicorns? I'm not quite sure what you're talking about. This is very tough, guys. Not judgmental conversation. I haven't found one yet, but, I mean, I found one that maybe lasts one day because it's a fucking unicorn event. Special event activate. Not judgment. The things people come up with nowadays. Damn, bro. Conversation is the key.
Conversation is the key. The first conversation, too, is not always going to be effective. Sometimes people are not in their own place to realize what's happening, but they will hopefully remember down the line that you were there for them in that moment.
Oh, that's so cute. You gotta love poor people yapping.
We
Am
don't
I right?
understand about the whole thing. It's like we
Okay, very good video so far. Not a lot of views, but I do
the way
recommend
to
immediately. It
drink
looks
live.
like. Because the scary thing is, all the videos I watched up to this point just feels like female propaganda. 50% or above. It's like I don't belong in that discussion yet, but this one seems
body
normal.
mass index has been completely rewritten. Responsible discourse around this incredibly sensitive subject. Much speculation went on regarding Karen's declining health and her weight issues, just like Ariana, with some people even speculating she might have been on drugs. The severity of her illness eventually led to dire health complications, and on February 4th, 1983, at just 32 years old, which is reportedly Ariana's current age, she died from heart failure related to the ED, as of many moons ago. And I do understand the mounting concern, because with an illness like ED, it's a progressive one, meaning if you're not actively trying to recover or seek treatment, it tends to get worse over time, until you start having, like organ failure, and at some point dire. But up until that point, you're sort of on your own. All your loved ones can really do is voice their concerns, and in many scenarios, such as, and she's been battling this ED on camera for over a decade. She's kind of a medical miracle. The fact that she's still walking at this weight and the fact that she has been suffering it for so long. She's treatment by force. Now she's been offline for seemingly over a year at this point, and one of the last times that she posted, she had this very eerie setback while live streaming, where she had to cut it short because she became visibly ill and looked to be dry heaving. It was so heartbreaking to watch because her content is incredibly harmful and does glorify her illness to some extent, and because of being demonetized, she left social media altogether, it seems. And I worry there.
Again, usually when people say seek help, still me, They're still fucking me, Now, at some point, seek help simply is seek food, rather, which is pretty abundant. So how can you not find it, is the real question.
I do think it's time.
Yeah, the best video I watched so far, so that's that.
And a lot of you know. People often insist that her photos come off as body watching, and her food choices are indicative of the fact that she was terrified of calories, basically, like fridges full of greens and vegan food, and a perfectly edible arrangement of fruits. I mean, we're all a little terrified of calories, aren't we? Seriously, who can blame her? The American diet is so calorie dense, but she lives such a...
Wait, I want this to be the Nikocado avocado moment as well. How about that? 2 years later, she's a normal person.
What she looks is beyond sinister to me.
Fuck
so I do
yeah,
see elements of
dude.
that attention seeking. The guy defending Ariana and saying, let her do her tour for fuck's sake. How about no? How about she should be in treatment right now? This is the prime time to help her, to intervene. She should not be touring and dancing and flaunting this frail body and do well. How about stop putting your obsession and your need to consume her music and see her on stage and have her continually working above genuine concerns for her well-being? She is visibly winded. And another person chimed in and said, I think she likes to emphasize it, sad face. It's important to note that EDs are not clinically thought to be the result of mere attention seeking. From my understanding of EDs, they are symptomatic of something underlying, psychologically or emotionally speaking.
Let me tell you something. This is a bad ending, unfortunately, for you. You guys invoked the bad ending. Again, I told you guys, the only other time I spammed on this channel is when I went through Hunger Games, starving myself. Alright? Because I knew that's the best way to die. Alright? So just keep that in mind. What Ariana is doing is manifesting the real death scenario. To manifest a real death scenario is to tell the universe that your light is shutting down and people have to pay attention. I can only keep up for so long, so... It sucks that this is the last video, but that's all I can do, guys. Without your blessing and your support, I can only go so far. There's the impenetrable wall made by women, where only rich people can go past that point. Rich people are certified yappers. Maybe. Yeah, this is the best certified way to kill yourself, so keep that in mind, guys.
People are confused for some facet of their lives,
She's
or
just-
cry for help when they have trouble.
She's just seeking attention, guys. Yep. But you can't look away if you actually care. You know, if you're capable of helping, rather. If you can't, you have to look away and you just have to pray that things gonna get better. I'm doing the best I can to warn you, but it's all in your hands. You get your hands dirty if you don't try to help, or you muddy the waters. You get to play this game now.
Verbalizing their need for, oh yeah, this is bad. Someone else said it looks painful to move and even cold. That's honestly how I feel when I look at Eugenia Cooney. Like, how does it not hurt to be that thin?
Because she doesn't feel that much. It's like a numb down body. You feel way less. Again, that's why you have this like emotional breakdown of Ariana. That's why she cried so much. Because the only thing you can really feel is the overwhelming and ever closing in death.
To be that thin. Another commenter said, this is very alarming. I wish someone would get her help. This is also...
Aw. No, you don't. Prove me wrong that you actually care about Ari to get help. See, I do have to place the bet of like, no, the universe will not connect us together. It's not happening. Not even gonna try. Won't even try, these bastards. I can maybe get 3 blessings at most.
that encourages you to not...
Still have to remind myself that it's a parasocial relationship, and I won't feel anything that I lost something, you know? But I will definitely feel that you killed something. And you'll have to, speak for that.
She was unfortunately being compared to Gollum when...
That is true, though. That is
photos
true.
surfaced of her at a recent red carpet event.
I'm not sure if this is a man or a woman. It's more likely to be a woman, considering the ED
She would go on to respond to backlash, time for her team and loved ones to intervene on a serious level, meaning canceling her tour and helping her get inpatient care before things become worse than anyone can imagine. And everything as well. Thank you so much for watching.
Alright. Whatever happens, she will find space in my dreams. And you'll be able to at least connect with her through these, you know, ethereal worlds. Whatever happens, guys, I'll start speaking to the dead, it seems. Because, if she started, she won't stop. She won't stop haunting me. So, at least know that much. But at the same time, if something gonna start haunting me, it's start gonna rotting my brain as well. I will start losing my fucking mind. I will start feeling pain every single time she shows up in my dreams. Fucking think about consequences, okay, guys, right now? I'm technically a spiritual relative, alright? And there will be consequences of pain to me as well. If you want that, go ahead. Go ahead. Do your fucking stupid shit. To anyone who needs peaceful music, I have some of that. What was the first Peace Pop winner? First... I don't want no fucking ghost. Shut up, Justin Bieber. We don't want that. We don't want no tears. Blindfolded. Let's go. She's my personality, by the way. So that's cute. If anyone can release my energy the proper way, she can do it. And she was able to dominate Peace Pop for quite a few seasons. Gracie Constanza, Blindfolded. See you guys next time.